Okay, folks, this is going out for all of you studying the CDL manual in North Carolina. I am reading the July 14th version of the 2005 CDL testing system in the state of North Carolina. So there's a little bit of a test to kind of get me into preparing for my own CDL journey. I'm going to skip over some of the stuff about the sexual trafficking lines and things of that nature, jump right into the content that you're going to be tested on for your learner's permit. This section covers commercial driver's license test, medical requirements, driver disqualifications, other safety rules, international registration program, entry-level driving training, ELDT. There's a federal requirement that each state have minimum standards for the licensing of commercial drivers. This manual provides driver license testing information for drivers who wish to obtain a commercial learner's permit, CLP, or commercial driver's license, CDL. This manual does not provide information on all the federal and state requirements needed before you can drive a commercial motor vehicle or CMV. There's a number to call. You must have a CDL to operate any single vehicle with a gross vehicle weight rating, or GVWR, of 26,001 pound or more, a combination vehicle with a gross combination weight rating, or GCWR, of 26,001 pound or more, provided the GVWR of the vehicles being towed is in excess of 10,000 pounds. A vehicle designed to transport 16 or more passengers, including the driver. Any size vehicle which requires hazardous material placards or carrying material listed as a select agent or toxin in 42 CFR Part 73. Federal regulations through the Department of Homeland Security require background check and fingerprinting for the hazardous materials endorsement. Please visit the Hazard Materials Endorsement website for more information. CDL classifications. The CDL vehicle classification included in the federal standards, together with the type of cargo to be transported, determine the type of CDL license and endorsement an applicant must apply for. There are three basic vehicle classes or group. Class A, combination vehicles. Any combination vehicle with gross combination weight rating, or GCWR, of 26,001 pound or more falls into Group A, provided the GVWR of the vehicles being towed is more than 10,000 pounds. Most Class A vehicles are trucks, such as truck, tractor, semi-trailer, or truck and trailer combinations. However, tractor-trailer buses may be found in a few communities. Driving a Class A vehicle requires considerably more skill and knowledge than driving vehicles in Classes B and C, since these skills include those required to drive a B and C vehicle. A driver who has a Class A license may also drive vehicles in Class B and C. Class B, heavy straight vehicles. Any single vehicle with a GVWR of 26,001 pound or more falls into Group B, or any such vehicle towing another vehicle not in excess of 10,000 pounds, GVWR. Class B includes straight trucks and large buses, including articulated buses. Safely driving these heavy vehicles requires considerably more knowledge and skill than driving the small trucks and buses found in Class C. Since they include the skills required to drive Class C vehicles, drivers who have qualified for a Class B license may also drive vehicles in Class C. Class C, small vehicles. Any single vehicle with a GVWR less than 26,001 pound falls into Group C, or any such vehicle towing another vehicle not in excess of 10,000 pounds, GVWR. However, vehicles of this size are included in the CDL program only if they are 1, designed to carry 16 or more passengers, including the driver, or 2, used to transport hazardous materials in quantities requiring placarding under the Hazardous Materials Regulations, 49 CFR Part 172, Subpart F, or is carrying material listed as select agent or toxin in 42 CFR Part 73. There are a great variety of vehicles in Class C. Some rather large Class C vehicles may require more skill and knowledge to operate than do the smaller ones. However, the licensing category is based principally on the type of cargo carried. Because of the seriousness of an accident involving hazardous material or human passengers, the safe operation of even the smaller vehicles in Class C requires special knowledge, and those drivers of these vehicles must have a CDL. CDL endorsements and restrictions. Endorsements. All commercial drivers who drive certain types of vehicles or haul certain types of cargo must add endorsements to their CDL license and or commercial learner's permit. CLP to show that they have specialized knowledge required for these operations. There are 6 kinds of CDL endorsements that may be required depending on the vehicle or type of cargo. Note, the only endorsements that may be added to a commercial learner's permit, CLP, are passenger P, school bus S, and tank vehicle N. Triple and double trailers T. Many drivers who are qualified to drive Class A vehicles may wish to pull double or triple trailers. Research shows that considerable additional knowledge and skill is necessary to safely pull double and triple trailers in various traffic conditions and driving environments. Consequently, adding the endorsement to the licenses of Class A drivers is necessary if they wish to pull double or triple trailers. A special knowledge examination on the problems associated with pulling multiple trailers must be passed. Tank vehicle N. Drivers of any commercial motor vehicle that is designed to transport any liquid or gaseous materials within a tank or tanks having an individual rating capacity of more than 119 gallons and an aggregate rated capacity of 1,000 gallons or more that is either permanently or temporarily attached to the vehicle or the chassis must obtain this endorsement. Applies to Class A, B, and C. Only applicable to C if the vehicle is hauling hazardous material vehicles, liquids in bulk, causing driving control problems because the cargo is heavy, prone to shifting, and has a high center of gravity. These drivers must pass a special knowledge examination on the problems posed by large volume liquid cargoes to add the endorsement to their CDL or CLP. Passengers. P. Drivers who wish to drive a vehicle having a design capacity to carry 16 or more people, including the driver, must add a special passenger endorsement to their CLP CDL. They must pass a special knowledge examination on safety considerations when transporting passengers and must pass skills tests in a passenger vehicle. The endorsement applies to applicants who wish to drive a bus in any class A, B, or C. Hazardous materials H. Any driver, regardless of the vehicle class group A, B, or C, who wishes to haul any material that has been designated as hazardous under 49 U.S.C. 5103 and is required to be placarded under Subpart F of 49 CFR Part 172, or any quantity of a material listed as a select agent or toxin 42 CFR Part 73 must add a hazardous materials endorsement to their CDL. He must pass a special written examination on how to recognize, handle, and transport hazardous materials. The Transportation Security Administration, TSA, and the Department of Transportation require background checks on commercial drivers who are certified to transport hazardous materials. Background checks include a review of criminal, immigration, and FBI records. If the driver is found to represent a security threat, TSA will notify the person and the state will deny issuance of an endorsement. Combination hazardous materials and tank vehicle X. Drivers of tank vehicles who haul hazardous materials or waste in amounts requiring placards must add an X endorsement to their CDL showing that they have passed the special knowledge examination for both tank vehicles and hazardous materials. School buses. Drivers who wish to drive a school bus must add a school bus endorsement to their CDL CLP. They must pass a special knowledge examination on safety considerations when transporting passengers in a school bus and must pass skills test in the school bus. The endorsement applies to applicants who wish to drive a school bus in any class A, B, or C. Note, administered by school bus and traffic safety only. Restrictions. Restrictions may be added to commercial driver license permits based upon the type of vehicles and equipment that the driver uses for the skills test. There are 10 standardized restriction codes. Note, if a CLP is issued with a passenger P or a school bus S endorsement, it must also contain a P. No passengers in a CMV bus restriction. If a CLP is issued with a tanker N endorsement, it must also contain an X, no cargo in a CMV tank vehicle. E, no manual transmission. If an applicant performs the skills test in a vehicle equipped with an automatic transmission, the state must indicate that on the CDL. If issued, the person is restricted from operating a CMV equipped with a manual transmission for the purpose of the skills test, and the restriction an automatic transmission includes any transmission not operating fully on the gear shift and clutch principle. K, interstate only. If an applicant certifies their status as either non-accepted intrastate or accepted interstate, the state must indicate on the CDL. If issued, the person is restricted from operating a CMV in interstate commerce. L, no air brakes equipped, CMV. If an applicant does not take or fails the air brake component of the knowledge test or performs the skills test in a vehicle not equipped with air brakes, the state must indicate on the CLP or CDL, if issued, that the person is restricted from operating a CMV equipped with any type of air brakes. For the purpose of the skills test and the restriction, air brakes include any braking system operating fully or partially on the air brake principle. M, no Class A passenger vehicle. If an applicant applying for a passenger endorsement performs the skills test in a passenger vehicle requiring Group B CDL, the state must indicate on the CDL, if issued, the person is restricted from operating a passenger vehicle requiring a Group A CDL. N, no Class A and B passenger vehicle. If an applicant applying for a passenger endorsement performs the skills test in a passenger vehicle requiring a Group C CDL, the state must indicate on the CDL, if issued, that the person is restricted from operating a passenger vehicle requiring a Group A or B CDL. O, no tractor trailer CMV. If an applicant performs the skills test in a combination vehicle for a Group A CDL with a power unit and towed unit connected with a pintle hook or a non-fifth wheel connection, the state must indicate on the CDL, if issued, that the person is restricted from operating a tractor-trailer combination connected by a fifth wheel that requires a Group A CDL. An applicant who passes a skills test using a combination vehicle that is not a truck, tractor, semi-trailer combination but is otherwise equipped with a fifth wheel will be issued a CDL with an O restriction. P, no passengers in CMV bus. A CLP holder with a P endorsement is prohibited from operating a CMV carrying passengers other than the federal, state auditors and inspectors, test examiners, other trainees, and the CDL holder accompanying the CLP holder as prescribed by a little S symbol, CFR 3.25A1 of this part. A CLP holder with an S endorsement is prohibited from operating a school bus with passengers other than federal, state auditors and inspectors, test examiners, and other trainees, and the CDL holder accompanying the CLP holder as prescribed by the little S symbol, CFR 38.25A1 of this part. V, medical variance. If the state is notified according to funny S symbol 383.7303 that the driver has been issued a medical variance, the state must indicate the existence of such a medical variance on the CDLIS driver record and the CDL document if issued, using the restriction code V to indicate there is information about a medical variance on the CDLIS driver record. X, no cargo in CMV tank vehicle. A CLP holder with an N endorsement may only operate an empty tank and is prohibited from operating any tank vehicle that previously contained hazardous materials that has not been purged of any residue. Z, no full air brake equipped CMV. If an applicant performs skills test in a vehicle equipped with air over hydraulic brakes, the state must indicate on the CDL, if issued, that the person is restricted from operating as CMV equipped with any braking system operating fully on the air brake principle. For the purpose of the skills test and restriction, air over hydraulic brakes includes any braking system operating partially on the air brake and partially on the hydraulic brake principle. To get a CDL or CLP, you must pass knowledge and skills tests. This manual will help you pass the test. However, it is not suitable for a truck driver training class or program. Formal training is the most reliable way to learn the many skills required for safely operating a large commercial vehicle and becoming a professional driver in the trucking industry. Figure 1.1 helps you determine if you need a CDL. Lord, 15 minutes? Dang! Lord have mercy. All right, so let's do this. We're going to start saving these out, and we're going to make a... All right, first off, let's go ahead. Woo, that's rough. Man, that's a lot.